What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sofa Taters Podcast. My name is Dregony. My two co-hosts today, as always, we got LazyKayo and Steven. How about both of you guys say hi? Say what's up.
Yo, what's up? You just call me Trey next time. It'll be easier.
Hi.
How about no? I still almost keep calling you by your old handle because you used that one for so long.
I know it's been a long time coming.
Well, yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a week. The first episode is getting 0 views. It's very enjoyable.
What are you talking about? I'm so hyped we finally have it out.
Oh no, it's great. I'm fucking excited that it's out there.
Yeah.
We just got to work on the traction, you know. We got to work on the social media presence. I think that's what it is.
That's fine. It'll come.
Yeah. It'll come. Yeah, we'll explode one day.
Yeah, we'll keep getting no views on every single episode, and then one day we'll just fucking pop off for some reason.
Just because one of us just has to have a take that gets everybody upset, and that's how we'll get our views.
I got.
Move the guy who said it.
Speaking of takes that might get people upset. Actually, I don't. I probably should have. I don't know if I actually want to say this right out the gate. I did kind of think of something.
Oh,
okay.
But it is actually pretty legit.
Okay, I want to hear it now.
All right. If feel free to just cut this out if you guys end up thinking it's a little too like we don't want to go into this right off the bat.
Okay.
Oh God! I can't tell you to say.
I'm excited now.
Are you excited? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh? Are you excited, boy?
Very.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay. My kind of hot take that I don't even know if it's a hot take, but religion is nothing but a fucking cult.
Oh, come
organized religion.
Wow.
I was so
We're
excited.
going straight into the religion.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I was so excited. Now I just feel blue balled.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You thought he was gonna cancel himself or something?
That's exactly what we're like. This. That's not even like a hot take, or I mean, you'll get religious people upset, but everybody else will just be like, okay, cool.
I guess. I don't know. It took me a while to think that up. I've never heard anyone else say that before. I thought it was legit.
I mean, I agree. You're not wrong.
Uh-huh. All right, cool.
Big religions are just cults that got so big that they got a new name. They upgraded. They got a new level.
I don't think there's anything wrong.
Now I just feel like stupid. Can we just move past this?
I don't think
I actually don't want to talk about this anymore.
So you don't want me to have my spiel on this?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
no, you're right. You're 100% right though. Like I'm not like invalidating that point.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with like religion, really. I think it's wrong when it bleeds into like legislation and stuff like that, and like especially since not everyone even has the same religion. Like it's one thing where it goes like, oh, my religion says I can't do this. Well, okay, that's fine. And then when you go, my religion says you can't do this. It's like, well, then now we have a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's how it devolves into what we have today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, especially since not everyone has the same religion, right? So you can't just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like there's nothing wrong in having like a belief of some form of higher power, obviously. Like that's fine. That's whatever. But when it gets to the point where, you know, it becomes like an organized thing and the leaders are using this as a way to treat people certain ways and control people to, like, you know, dress certain ways, do this, do that, you have to do this, like that's when it just becomes fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. Like, have you seen some of these like mega churches in the US? It's absolutely kind of insane what they and also the fact that they don't pay taxes in the US. I'm not sure how it goes in Canada, but like like they should pay taxes. Why are they exempt?
No, a lot of these churches and like religious groups and whatnot, like I wouldn't even be surprised if a lot of the leaders didn't fully believe the shit that they were saying.
Oh,
They just want to control people, and they don't want to pay taxes.
Yeah,
and they want to get that. They want to get that money.
That could definitely be the case. So yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah, people cherry pick whatever thing that they can from the Bible or whatever. It's usually the Bible, so I'm going to use that as an example.
Just going straight.
They'll cherry pick whatever hateful thing that they can from the Bible, and it's not even that the Bible has it as a hateful thing. It's just that they interpret it as a hateful way, as a hateful thing, and then they'll use that in their messed up ways to justify whatever hateful thing that they want to do.
And the Bible,
Exactly.
the Bible has been changed like throughout the years too. Like a lot of the verses people are probably talking about when it comes to like saying like, oh, I hate like homosexuality is against my religion. That I don't think that even used to say that originally. That's been changed. It used to say other things. So like really, I mean, you think that the more basic, like I guess we're just talking on Christianity now, but like you'd think the more basic, like treat everyone well, like love thy neighbor like you love thyself. You think that would trump over like
The hateful parts.
Hateful parts of I can't accept this. I can't accept what your sexuality is, stuff like that. Yeah. You think it would trump over that, right? But I guess it doesn't for some people.
No, it's just a way for people to justify being hateful, and it's just unfortunate how people are like that.
In some cases, though, I don't even think that's necessarily even like the religion's fault. I think those people just have those beliefs, and they know they're not like good beliefs, but they like, oh well, I can use this passage in this religion. People say, oh, okay, well that'll make me look like not as bad, right? But
yep.
So I think in some cases it's not even necessarily like they're not. These people probably aren't really as religious as they claim. Or if they are, they already had those beliefs without having the Bible having told them to believe that. It's just they're trying to pick like certain parts of it, like you said, Trey, to like justify.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate part of how the world is. It's just I don't even know what to say other than stuff we already know about. All that stuff. It's just ugh. I don't even know how to put it into words. It's just bleh.
I mean, that's the best way you can put it. Honestly, it's just bleh. It's gross.
Look, and like an awkward segue is me and Steve have talked about this a bunch. Is that like that kind of stuff has bled into the NHL world with the hockey and everything, with how this season has had a problem with like having like pride nights and stuff, and players opting out of wanting to like wear the rainbow jerseys or whatever. It's just people finding an excuse to hate.
Yeah. And you can definitely tell in some cases that like where, well, the first time it happened, it was what's his name, Ivan Provorov, I think.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
So you can tell in some cases too, like a lot of guys are just like waiting until like one other guy did it first before they went the same thing. Because I know with the Stahl brothers, they've both worn the jersey before, and they say they don't, but they have. they're just like,
there's
okay,
proof of it.
I don't know, but like it just seems like everyone else can put up with like all wearing any of those jerseys like are like for any sort of like what people like type of people, like whether it be LGBT or for certain cultures like say indigenous cultures or Southeast Asian culture nights. I think the Jets have had before. All you wearing it for the 5 minutes is saying is that like, hey, I accept I accept you in this community. It doesn't really say anything. It's not really saying anything else. You don't have to like even like them as a person. It's just like you. So if you won't wear it, that's basically you're saying I don't think you should be here. Like,
exactly, and it's just so sad that they chose to put their foot down on this group of people, on the LGBTQ community. It's just unfortunate because like you said, they wanted the first domino to fall for somebody to take the fall. This guy was like, you know what, I'll be that guy. And then you see that guy do it, and then you have a team going, okay, a whole team will be like, we're not doing it now. And then the odd player here and there will be like, oh yeah, my beliefs say I don't have to wear it, blah blah blah, this and that. And it's just like, you guys are just sad excuses. It's just frustrating. It was super frustrating.
Yeah, throughout the entire season.
I think it was like the back half of the hockey season.
Yeah, when everyone was trying to hold that. Yeah, it was apparently just so difficult.
All you need to do is wear a rainbow jersey. How freaking hard is that?
Yeah, obviously, I don't follow sports. You guys know that. So I don't really know much of the context of this situation. Like, I didn't even know it was happening until Steven brought it up to me once at school. What the fuck?
School?
At work.
Bro, you...
Yo, what year is it?
Work.
What years?
What fucking timeline are we in, bro?
This is so funny because this is the second time you've made like that type of mistake to me. Like when I'm present, we were at the gym. Was that Friday? I think. And you're telling me about this scar you got when you were in grade 3.
Oh,
and you said you got it on your way to work.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a gnarly scar on my knee that I was on my way to school and I was riding my scooter and I took a corner too sharp and I literally scraped my knee like right open.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
and I told them I got it on my way to work.
Okay.
I was like 11 years old.
I was on my way to work. You were doing maintenance at McDonald's during that time, right? Right, Justin?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I was cleaning all the grills.
Oh my god.
Just a little man.
Anyways, not to derail too much, but Justin, could you get back to your thought on that? Because I'd love to hear your input on, like, just the absence
what was I saying?
Of players not wanting to wear pride jerseys.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say. Obviously, you guys don't know. I'm not a sports guy. I don't really follow hockey or anything, and I didn't even know about this this thing that was happening with them not wearing the rainbow jerseys or whatever until Steven brought it up to me at work one day. And I still don't really know. Like, I haven't particularly looked into it, but it just sounds fucking shitty. Like how hard does it have to be to just wear this rainbow jersey and like just show that, you know, that you can support the LGBT community? Like, why is that such a difficult thing to do?
Yeah, especially since they don't even have to. It's not even for the full game. Like they have to wear it while they're warming up before the game for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, and then they take them off and they put on the back of their jerseys. So it's not even like they don't even have to wear it.
Oh, see, now I see the issue. The issue here is that they have to take the extra time to change again. No, I'm just fucking. I'm just messing.
Okay, so we got to go all up. Yeah, we got to change the rules in the NHL. You got to allow them to wear more jerseys throughout the year. Actually, that would be a good rule change because some of these like themed jerseys are really sick, but they only get to wear them for 15 minutes because you're only allowed 3 different jerseys throughout the entire year. So all of these like sick designs that they make are just used once.
Oh, some of the pride jerseys that were like shown off and like worn and whatnot this year were amazing. I think Seattle had a really great one. It was a really good example, but yeah.
I've always wanted the
make more jerseys, make it more fun to watch.
I've always wanted the Seattle Kraken to have their logo be the cool S.
That would have been amazing.
You know about the cool S, right, Justin?
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about the diamond one or whatever?
You just like make a bunch of lines and
I never figured out how to actually make that.
I've done it before.
What?
Well, really?
Yeah, I've never done it.
No, you're lying.
You've never done the cool S before.
You've never made the cool S.
No, I'm 100% serious. Every time I looked at it, I kind of just went, "Oh, that's cool."
I'll tell you the starting point. You start with 6 lines, 3 lines above and 3 lines below, and then you just connect the dots essentially.
All right, hold on, bro. Let me go grab a paper.
Okay, no, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. I cannot explain well enough for you to draw it.
But then we get that nice pencil stroke ASMR in the podcast, so.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'm gonna make our logo with the cool S.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's an S in our podcast name, right? Sofa Taters. So there we go. That's the idea right there. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's an S right at the beginning and an S right at the end.
Oh shit!
It would encapsulate the entire word.
That's actually sick. Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah. Use the cool S for both S's.
That's actually sick. I think we just found a new logo, guys.
We should do that. I'm down for that.
100%. And then that can be our thumbnail. Just the cool S.
Graphic design is my
our
passion.
profile pictures. Is it actually?
No, it's the meme.
I don't fucking know anything about you. I've only known you my entire life.
You've never seen the meme graphic design is my passion?
No.
Oh, man. You're missing out.
Let me Google this right now.
You're just going to get a bunch of horribly designed things.
Oh, okay, so we're talking about memes now? Okay, I got it.
Graphic design is my passion.
We're talking about memes
I see
now?
what you mean. I see what you mean now. I like these.
Okay, I sort of have one. I'll just post it in the general of at the Discord we're using to record this with our boy Craig. I was discussing.
Craig's the MVP.
Craig's
Wow,
the
you're really gonna dox Craig like that?
Yeah.
Who broke the fourth
Damn.
wall.
Anyway, I was discussing this with Justin at work, not at school.
Right. Yes.
we're something about Angela Anaconda came up. Oh yeah, it was the Cowboy Bebop like AI redraw or whatever. And it actually does legitimately look like anime Angela Anaconda. And actually, we could get into AI art maybe after this. That could be the segue here. But so this
segue. There was no segue into this.
maybe
You just veered into it.
no,
Yeah.
boy, this is totally a meme, bro. See, I posted the meme right now. This is a
I don't
guy.
think this is a meme. This seems like a big green text post.
Yeah, green text or memes, right? So
I guess so, but this looks like a short story.
okay, so maybe I should read it. So
Is that gonna be the rest of the podcast?
me
Right.
reading green text. Yeah, okay, that's the green text ASMR podcast. Okay, so the context is for some reason when the Digimon movie came into theaters, the short film before the movie starts is Angela Anaconda, and with like Digimon, and it's as bad.
What
as
a concept.
And it's as bad as it sounds. Anyway, this green text says that this short cost his parents divorce.
Oh my god.
So here's how the green text goes. It says, "Didn't know at the time that my parents' relationship was rocky. I begged to go see Digimon movie. Parents agree, but I don't realize it's for them to spend some time together as well. Get to a theater and excited about Digimon flick. Can even afford popcorn and drinks. Parents look happy. Angela Anaconda short comes on. Parents also don't speak very good English. My little boy mind can't comprehend all the fuck going on. Parents are utterly confused by this Canadian fuck running around in a Digimon suit. I start crying and they pull me out of the theater. Mom and Dad start blaming each other for going to the wrong film. Dad throws away the popcorn Mom wanted. Lots of arguing and I'm still crying. Get out the parking lot and drive off in a rush. Get into accident in the parking lot and Dad moves out a month later."
Oh my god.
I love the last line of this whole thing.
Fucking bitch of a whore, Angela Anaconda ruined my life. That's fucking great.
She ruined my life, but not in the same way.
What? How did she ruin your life?
Just by existing.
It's by existing.
That's fair. Angela Anaconda is horrifying.
Very
It's
much
just the
so.
fucking weirdest show. Like Canada has some good shows, but then what's this, man? This is something we gotta apologize for.
Dude, this was mainly just a Canadian thing, right? The show.
Angela Anaconda.
Is anyone in like the U.S. or anywhere else even gonna know what the fuck we're talking about?
And this might have aired. I'll look it up right now. This might have aired in the U.S. as well.
Maybe, but like,
It shouldn't have.
This is us. Who cares about that?
The potential
Discard
Americans,
us. If you don't know what Angela Anaconda is, you can Google it and have it ruin your life too.
You can count yourself lucky. You don't know
Or
what
you
this
can,
is.
or you can stay blissfully ignorant and stay happy.
And not regret life's decisions.
Yeah, I mean, maybe as Steven's reading the thing, you could like put the picture up on screen or something if you
I'll find
want.
a higher quality.
In post.
I would not do that to anybody.
You don't want to see
That's
Angela
just a
Anaconda?
curse.
You don't want to see
No.
Angela Anaconda dressed up as Ty from Digimon?
I would not even want to see that as I'm editing. No, I'm not doing it. You guys can do that if you want.
Nanette Manoir? Whatever the fuck her name is, I think.
Oh my god.
What?
Because they all have names that are alliterations, right? Don't they?
Yeah.
I never watched this show. I have no idea.
You actually never watched it before?
No one watches
No.
this show. You just end up seeing it.
I literally would always change the channel. Like, I never paid attention to it. I just went, this looks disgusting, and moved on.
Well, screw Angela Anaconda. I wanted to bring something up because it's happening a lot more recently, and this is a total topic change, by the way.
That's okay. That's what we do here.
I want to talk about the state of like these video game releases that we're getting recently, because right now we just had Jedi Survivor release, and apparently it's just awful. It's like almost unplayable.
Oh my god, is it really?
Oh, I see so much bad stuff about it.
It's very,
I
very
haven't seen
bad.
anything about it.
It's very, very bad on PC. Not very good frame rate. The game crashes a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's AAA video game releases. Like at this point, there's almost no reason to get them at launch. It's
It's so annoying that this is the state of AAA gaming is right now, because it started with, well, I mean, I'm sure there's better examples from before this, but the biggest example lately has been Cyberpunk. And that was clearly unfinished. But now we're getting more and more games that like have these unfinished releases, and then they're just like, oh, we'll just patch it. And it's just like, just finish them when you need to finish them. Do it properly the first time, so then we don't have to go through this. Like The Last of Us 1, I know that was the part 1 for the PC release. I know that was like also extremely buggy and all that. I don't even know if they fixed it yet. Let's say Pokemon Scarlet and Violet had that problem.
A
Just a lot of games are doing it now, and it just seems like they just want to push it out just so they can get the sales at a certain time, which is understandable, but you're hurting yourself more than you're going to go in this direction.
It's a case of you're like they're well, for some games having bad PC ports, they're probably just thinking like, okay, well, this is not our main focus. This is not our main platform focus. If it's not, we'll just like fix it later. Because I mean, PC releases can be finicky, I guess. You're going through a lot of different builds people are using, but usually it's not even that. Usually that's not even necessarily the problem. It's just everyone's having this exact same issue with like bad frame rate and stuff like that. So it's not even just like it doesn't work on my machine. It's hard to work on any machine. And then I think Scarlet and Violet's also more like, hey, this needs to be out at this exact time, and it doesn't matter if it's not done. Which is, I think, what happened to Scarlet and Violet. Yeah,
it's just unfortunate that it seems like it's just becoming more and more commonplace. You're just losing out on your money, essentially. The only people that are getting it day one now seems to be like content creators, which I mean are still a large amount of people, but they want to get their content out first, so they'll probably grab them first.
Well, the question is, like, how, like, are these video game companies and devs like actually losing money by like all the hate and everything that they get after the release?
A lot of times,
or are they making enough money? Sorry, Steven, but are they making enough money from the initial sales before everyone realizes like, oh fuck, this game is shit, that it's more than covers it, and they're like, all right, this is fine, we'll just patch it later, we made enough money?
A lot of problems I think gamers have is that, like, some, not all, but they will get something that they're very upset about. It's like, oh, I'll never buy from this again. Oh, this thing did this, or this I'll never trust them to release a game like this again. It's not even finished, and then they just buy it anyway. Like there's that old famous picture. I mean, I guess actually calling it old is really dating me, because I remember when this was actually happening. But there's an old picture about Modern Warfare, I think 2. Didn't have dedicated servers. That was a huge point of like release, a huge point of like conflict on like leading up to the release of that game. And there's a picture where like it's like a Steam group that says they're all supposed to be boycotting Modern Warfare 2 because there's no dedicated servers, and then like 80% of them are playing it. So.
No, yeah.
I actually think I kind of remember that. Yeah, the dedicated servers was a big problem for first-person shooters back in the day.
And like, yeah, and even with Pokemon too, it's like, oh, there's no, they're getting rid of the national decks. I can't import all my Pokemon. Like, and then it's still bought in the thousands. encased by some people who complained about it. So that's also probably the problem too, is that especially with something like Star Wars, like people are mad at the Star Wars release, especially on PC, but is that going to necessarily stop them from buying the next Star Wars related game that releases? Probably not. So that's probably the issue in and of itself, is that like they're not really losing a whole lot of anything for even like releasing something in this state, even if they have like a lower like even if they have like if it hurts their reputation, it doesn't seem to matter. The people will still, there's still thousands and millions of people who will still buy it. So that's why you still see stuff released like this, I think.
Yeah, that seems to be the root issue now.
Yeah, these companies are really just showing that they don't actually care about their consumers.
Well, they can just get away with it too, and they can walk all over the consumer base and just be like, okay, we'll release a shit game and we'll just say, oh, we're sorry, we'll patch it.
Video game companies don't care about you complaining about something they did unless you just stop buying it. So
yeah. Unless we all freak out like we did with Cyberpunk. I think that was the biggest backlash one we had.
Well, Sony had to really like remove that from PSN, didn't they? So that's like an extra bad case. So that was so bad. The PS4 version, I think it was.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That whole Cyberpunk ordeal was something else with all that drama.
Well, I think part of what really helped with Cyberpunk was the fact that like PlayStation was like literally offering refunds, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's how bad.
Well,
it was.
I think the publishing company altogether was offering refunds. CD Projekt Red.
Oh, were they?
I think so.
Good on them for that at least. But it's like, why release the game then if you're actually going to offer refunds? Like, obviously, you know the game is that as bad as it is before you release it. Just take the time to fix on it.
The shitty thing with Cyberpunk especially is that was a game that's in development for, what is it, at least 10 years or something like that?
Many years.
It was in development since, like, maybe the PS3, since 360 era, and it still was bad on release for a PS5, Xbox Series X generation. Like, wow.
Yeah, well, it's probably because with every like new generation that came out, the PS4 and then the PS5, they probably scrapped a lot of stuff to try, and then they kind of started over to try to make it like for this new generation now. So they probably restarted it a few times.
Yeah, but the thing is, it didn't seem like they had to. Like, look at GTA 5, also lived the same shelf life and was actually released like for that generation, and now still is getting releases to this day, which is annoying, but still is. Just as successful, you know.
Skyrim.
I don't think that
Skyrim 2, yes, exactly.
Yes. I would say Skyrim might be even worse than GTA 5 now in terms of ports and re-releases.
Oh my god, who has more? It's got to be Skyrim, right?
Oh, at this point, it has to be.
But GTA 5's got to be catching up.
Bethesda's even been making jokes about their Skyrim releases. Do y'all remember that? What the fuck was it called? It's was it called the special edition or whatever for Amazon Alexa?
I'm pretty sure
that was literally just like
a joke about it being playable on a fridge or something like that. Yeah,
I saw that one. Yeah, the fridge one was fucking hilarious.
I don't think I saw the fridge one, but the Amazon Alexa one was actually a real thing too. Even though the commercial looked like a joke,
you could actually get scared.
It actually was a real thing, and I tried playing it once. It was hard to do.
I bet.
Do you have to say Fuss Roda to your Amazon Echo?
I don't know. I didn't get that far in the game.
Roda!
You didn't get the dragon powers or whatever it's called?
No. It also played different. Like it played differently than regular Skyrim. It was like a text-based adventure.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like
Amazon Alexa would just read it out to you,
like a voice-based adventure almost,
and then ask you what you want to do. It was kind of cool.
We're going back to the 1980s with the text games on the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Zork. What is that OG one? Oregon Trail, right?
Oregon Trail's kind of one like that too. Yeah, where you just
It's a game I've been meaning to play.
I think Oregon Trail at least has some kind of graphics to it. Like, it is a text adventure. There's some old computer games that are literally just text. Like, you type something out, it says, okay, now you see this, and you have to say go left to go north.
Basically just D&D on a computer.
Or like you say fuck, and it says don't know how to fuck something.
Yeah, I bet you don't, virgin.
There's a lot of text games like that on mobile that I play. Actually, I think they're pretty fun.
Really? Like what?
Yeah. I don't have any names off the top of my head. Some of them are literally just called D&D text game.
Oh,
Shit
yeah,
like that.
D&D test game.
Bro, I haven't played like a text-based game since like Torn City.
Torn City.
Did you guys have to play?
Oh my god. I haven't thought about that game in years.
Did you guys have to play Cross Country Canada in school?
Cross country. Why does that sound familiar? What is that?
So you have to play. You play as a semi-truck driver who lives in Canada and has to make like deliveries to like Canadian cities. And
I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of Cross Country Canada?
The name sounds familiar, but the gameplay is not ringing a bell.
Yeah, I actually had to play it in school. Although my school computer class was kind of interesting because cool because I also had a computer. I also played SimCity in my computer class once, so
Nice.
that was just an entire section couple of classes in my computer class when I was in grade school. It's like, okay, you're gonna play SimCity. I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to teach us, but it's fun.
Teach you how to build.
I guess teach us how to build. Yeah,
Exactly.
Thinking about it, at least Cross Country Canada stuff that was teaching like geography. I'm not sure what exactly SimCity was supposed to be doing.
Teach you how to be mayor, take over a city, rule the world.
Yeah. I was gonna say
The only game that they ever had me play in school, I don't exactly remember the name of it. I want to say it was called like Typewriter Adventure or something like that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. All the right type.
all the right.
Oh my god, that's it!
Yeah, all the
That's
all
what
the
it's
right
called.
type.
I remember
Yes.
that. That's a classic.
Mavis Beacon teaches typing. Did you play that one? I played that
Which
one too.
one?
Mavis Beacon teaches typing or something like that. I think I've also played a little bit of that one, but I also played all the right type.
Yeah,
I don't think I know that.
I only did all the right type.
What else?
Yeah, all the right. All the right type was fun from what I remember.
I also played like
Yeah, I never learned how to type from it anyways.
No. I still only type using my index fingers.
I'll use my middle and index. If I'm feeling spicy, I'll throw in the ring finger every now and then, but
Oh,
for the most
spicy.
part, yeah,
What
that's
about-
my
what
index
about-
fingers.
What about Math Blasters? Did you
So
guys play that?
all index and thumbs for the space bar. That's it.
True.
What about Math Blasters? Did you guys play that?
Math
What is it?
blasters?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard. I did not hear Math Blasters. Let me Google this, see if I know what it says.
Are you still in the Breaking Bad mindset or what?
Meth.
What do you mean?
Meth Blasters.
Instead of
Oh,
math
no.
blasters, it'd be meth blasters.
No, what I heard was ass blasters.
That's a wild game to play in school.
That's a good game.
Okay,
to play.
kids, we're gonna play ass blasters today.
It's a good game to play in school. Yeah. Ass Blasters.
Bro, do you guys remember like discovering like proxy sites and
Yeah.
all that so you could get on like
Oh,
addicting
yep.
games and stuff like that at school?
It's a good thing.
That's how I
didn't
used
say,
to. That's how I used to play Stick RPG all the
Stick
time.
RPG.
You guys remember that game?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of classics like Age of War. Or,
Age of War.
Interactive
think I-
Buddy.
Also,
Don't shoot shoot. What is it? Kitty Cannon? Something like that?
Kitten Can's a classic.
Yeah.
Also, it's a good thing I didn't say number munchers because then Justin would have said, "Oh, I heard ass munchers."
Asthma. Yes.
Are
Justin's on the one track mind right now.
you still looking up Math Blasters, Justin?
No, I'm actually playing Kitten Can right now.
Oh, nice. I'm
Get out of addicting games.
gonna play some Swamp.
How'd you know I'm actually on addicting games?
That site still works.
Apparently. I don't know how.
Yeah, isn't like Flash not a thing? What the hell?
No, Flash doesn't exist anymore, but it's working. The game's work. It has a QuickTime symbol in the top corner.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's different from Flash or not.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
I haven't visited a site that needed Flash for like.
Oh my
I
God.
don't think I've needed it for a while. So
Just open up Newgrounds
Only-
right now.
I only got 511 feet.
okay, click X on the fucking window. I'm trying to record a podcast.
This is peak content for the podcast, bro.
Actually, I got a question specifically for you, Justin.
Oh shit. Okay.
Actually, Steve can jump into if
Okay.
you're a fan.
No,
a fan
no.
of
This is my time to shine.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, you get out of here.
How do you feel about the Harry Potter reboot?
I don't know very much about it, but I know that it's being boycotted, obviously, because J.K. Rowling seems to be heavily like a part of it.
Yeah.
And the mere idea of that, I think, is kind of ridiculous. Like, yes, she has obviously been saying some fucking stupid shit online. Obviously, she do be having those L takes, but like, I've always been one to be able to separate the art from the artist. Like, I don't see any sort of these anti-LGBT themes like in Harry Potter. It's like, as far as I can tell, right? She doesn't inject this like into her work. So, like, I don't have an issue with, Harry Potter itself.
I mean,
Like, J.K. Rowling, obviously, like, she can fuck off for all I care.
to
But
be fair,
Harry Potter, in and of itself, I don't have an issue. Like, I still love Harry Potter. I grew up with Harry Potter. Like, I love the world. I love the characters. This reboot does not need to happen. Let me just say that.
No,
Like,
it does not need to happen at all. I think Harry Potter has aged it finely.
Like, the movies left a lot out from the books, yes. But that mainly because the books are fucking massive. But, like, the movies are good for what they are.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan myself, but I thought I'd ask you because I know you loved it.
Yeah, no, I still love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But I really don't think it's necessary. And like, if it was maybe, what I think could have been cool if it was, is instead of like a full-on reboot that's meant to just replace the movies, maybe if it was like, like side stories or, like spin-offs, like something to like supplementary to the movies to, like maybe get some of that extra book from the content, like extra content from the books in.
So like continue down the Fantastic Beasts route or something?
Maybe. I heard those movies are bad though. I haven't watched
I've heard
those.
they're not good. Well,
I heard the first one was okay, and then it just goes downhill hard.
Yeah.
I think I
don't
mentioned this
know.
before, but it wasn't on a podcast. Like, the fact that actually J.K. Rowling is even working on it seems just a bit like suspicious to me in a way, because she doesn't normally really work on these different side projects that comes out for Harry Potter, right? She just kind of does her own thing. The reason I even found it suspicious is like, well, also adding that is just because also like, Daniel Radcliffe has come out as like a big supporter of LGBT rights and stuff like that. So like, it almost just in the back of my mind, it's like, okay, is she doing this to like kind of try to find someone to replace him as the like face of Harry Potter, so like people don't see him and connect him to the series that she's created. I don't know. That's my kind of like ulterior motive. Like, I think she might have. Maybe I'm thinking too deep into it. Maybe she just decided she wants to work on it. But like, it's just like the timing just seems weird.
Well, how do you not think of that possibility though?
Yeah, I know.
With
like,
how the climate of J.K. Rowling is right now, right?
I mean, it just seems like it's so important to her. This all her beliefs on this subject that I could actually see her going, okay, well then Daniel Radcliffe can't be considered Harry anymore. We have to have someone else.
Yeah, I think my biggest concern with J.K. Rowling now being so involved in this new reboot is that she's gonna change her own source material so that it has these awful views that she has now, because she's kind of just gone off the deep end.
I mean, she also sort of recently said that the quote unquote, I guess, bad characters were supposed to represent trans people now or something. And she kind of imply that almost like, yeah. So that's also a concern, that you're gonna do stupid stuff like that. I mean, you kind of think that whoever's working on this, probably Warner Brothers, is gonna try to reel her back in, again. Well, no, you can't do that. Like,
yeah, she's gonna be like hard kept in check, and if not, then it's just gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this reboot is gonna end up as this one of those unnecessary things that probably isn't very good and didn't need to exist. Because I kind of think that, like, even if she believes this sort of thing, the companies actually putting their money into it and releasing it on their platform aren't gonna let her do like anything like that. They're gonna say can you believe this? But we can't like put that to screen. So it's gonna probably just end up as like a mediocre series that didn't need to exist. like most other things that they make nowadays. Oh, what's this reboot that doesn't need to really be here? Like,
yeah,
exactly. I can't imagine anything good coming out from this reboot. If there is anything actually good, I will be shocked.
me too. Honestly, this is just a net negative, I think.
Exactly. Like I might check out the first episode just to like see, maybe. Even then, I don't know. I might just wait for the I might just wait for the fan reaction online for the reviews to come in.
Here's the thing, though, and I think people did it with Zelda. Don't hate watch something.
Oh yes, they did that big time with Velma.
People definitely hate watch Velma, and see they don't care the reason why you're watching it, just the fact that they're watching it. So like, don't watch something out of morbid curiosity. I mean, that's not what you were saying, Justin. You're just saying like, oh, maybe I'll give it a chance. But like, don't watch something out of like a curiosity of how bad it is. Like, oh, this is gonna be terrible, I'm gonna watch it. Like, no, don't hate watch things. That doesn't do what you want it to do.
No, it does the exact opposite. You're just giving more power to the people that you're trying to hate watch.
Yeah.
Is Velma, is that show gonna have like another season?
I think it is.
Just because they got so many views or whatever.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Despite the fact that the like entire like reaction to it in most places I've seen is that it's terrible and like very clearly wasn't really even meant to be a Scooby-Doo thing. Like, it just seems like it hates the fact that it has anything to do with Scooby-Doo. But it gets a second season because everyone's like, okay, we're gonna hate watch this thing because it's so bad. So, don't do that.
People don't learn.
Yeah, that's fucked. I didn't even know that that they were gonna add another. It got greenlit for a second season because of that. Like, oh, look at how many views it got. Yeah, fuck off.
It got hate watched so much that I think it outperformed The Last of Us on an episode or something like that.
Good God, really?
Oh God, that's pretty terrible.
Or at least was competing.
I haven't
was
watched
bad.
The Last of Us series, but I assume it's probably a lot better made than whatever Velma is.
Well, The Last of Us series was impeccable. It was great.
Yeah, I actually heard it was really good. I still got to play the games, but
yeah, it was worth paying the $20 a month for that stupid freaking Crave subscription.
Crave, yeah, that's for people who don't know. Well, are probably non-existent U.S. viewers. That's what we have to get instead of HBO. Anything that's on like that kind of a thing is on Crave here. I think is how it works. Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's how it works. Because I remember having to search it up, be like, how the fuck am I gonna watch this?
Is Crave only a Canadian service, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's strange. It's a streaming service problem now.
Okay, well, speaking of reboots, Trey, the Winnipeg Jets.
I love the transition.
What?
Well, maybe not a reboot. Well, kind of a reboot. Rebuild is what I think a lot of fans want. From
rebuild, retool, whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah, that's what. Well, I think the fans want the full-on rebuild for the Winnipeg Jets. So kind of like, I guess, backstory on this local hockey team, NHL team, Winnipeg Jets went out in pretty embarrassing fashion, I'd say, in Game 5 against the Vegas Golden Knights. And yet yesterday and today were like the end of season interviews, and well, personally, I don't think they really went that well. Doesn't instill a whole lot of confidence in like what's gonna come for this team.
It was baffling, to say the least, honestly, because not to go too much into a rabbit hole, but when we lost Game 5 and our season's done, our coach comes out and says he was disappointed and disgusted in the team. And that was his whole press conference. It was a minute long, and these press conferences are usually a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, like usually, like when a team loses like this, the coach just doesn't say like maybe too much. He doesn't get too angry. It's like, okay, well, our season's over. Our Winnipeg Jets coach Rich Bowness, he went off, and it wasn't very long. He just went out there short and sweet. He's like, we were shit. Well, he didn't say that, but Vegas was clearly the better team. Their players were better than ours, and it was a disgusting performance. And the players who had the interview 2 days ago, I think, maybe yesterday, they didn't like that. They didn't like to hear that.
No, and the thing that pisses me off the most about the players' reactions, every one of them ended up coming out and saying, except for one, save for one player, they all came out and said, I can't believe he said that. He should have said that to us in the room. Should have said it face to face. Kept it in the locker room.
Like,
blah,
I'm
blah,
sure
blah.
he's probably said it in the room. I mean, like, maybe not specifically those words, but like, this team just was not good for most of the second half of the season, and like it's just disheartening to like hear a lot of like players and even the general manager just kind of like not even really address that too much, like, or even like address the fact that how poor they played down the stretch. Like they're like, oh, well, at least we made the playoffs. It's like, well, okay, barely, and like pretty much by like default because
because we just fucking fell into it somehow.
Yeah, because the Calgary Flames couldn't string together more than a winner, like 2 wins in a row all year until the end of the season, and Nashville wasn't even really trying to win. They were just playing a bunch of young guys and happened to be winning games to get like in like a playoff like type position. But
yeah, and UC Saros just carried them to that spot.
So it's just kind of disheartening to say, oh, at least we made the playoffs, or I think Cheveldayoff said something like, oh, like we fought hard. Like, well, no, actually, you probably didn't really fought hard for the last half of the season. You did good enough in the first half, and just kind of you couldn't, like, you just barely didn't give that up. Like, I don't know.
I kind of want to. I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to bring the focus back to the players versus bonus, and I don't want to put them on opposite sides because we're obviously one team, but they made it out to be as such during those press conferences when they basically threw him under the bus. They all came out against him doing that, and then it was so bad that the coach, who wasn't even supposed to be scheduled to speak that day, was just like, I gotta say something now. And then he comes out and like backtracks his stuff and whatnot, and it was so sad that he had to come do that, because like he literally said this has been happening since January, February. There's no way these players should be confused by the fact that he suddenly came out like this. This wasn't sudden. He's been on your guys' ass since January, February about this stuff. You can't just be like, oh, I can't believe he would say such a thing. Grow up. Take the accountability and fucking change the way you guys act. Holy crap, it's just awful. It's a bunch of children on the team.
After they lost to the Sharks, he even said something like, if some players think they're giving 100%, they're dreaming or something like that. So like he's been on them for this. Like I understand them being upset. I mean, and like honestly, the problem with me is like a lot of them didn't even really like. They could have said, okay, he should have said that behind closed doors, but they also could have said, oh, like he was right. Like that was not the effort that we wanted to come out in elimination game in.
The team has proven that he can't say those things behind those closed doors because they don't change their ways. The only way they get to change their ways is you making a statement like that. And like, don't get me wrong, Bonus isn't the best coach, but he did a freaking heck of a job for the first half. Yeah, he has some weird decisions like with having Menelainen and fucking all the time for some reason instead of bringing up some other players and playing Logan Stanley instead of Villian Heinola, but he did a good job within the first half. We need to know what happened halfway through the season. What was this shift that made like the whole system just come down? Because that was just an abysmal performance on the second half.
I think obviously even and I hope the team knows this too, even if they don't want to tear everything down, there are obviously some players here that have just kind of run their course with this franchise, and they should be sent somewhere else. Maybe a new scenery, new like for everybody.
Everyone needs a new room, I think, especially like I think the biggest two that everyone always goes to is Scheifele and Wheeler. It seems like they're the ones that are running the room the most, but
Mark Scheifele is a very confusing, like, I think in some cases the team doesn't want to get rid of him because he was the first ever like draft pick when the team came back in 2011. He was the first ever first rounder we had. But even like what he says, like even last the end of last season, obviously they missed the playoffs. He was like, he talked something about, oh, like I have to see like whether I want to win a cup. Like we have to see, we'll have to discuss like things. But then I think this year is like, oh well, like I admire the fact that Steve Yzerman played his career with one team. It's like, well, so I don't know. Like,
so then what do you want?
I'm confused.
Like, really?
I'm confused of what he really wants. He's a very confusing individual.
You know, the thing I hate the most about this team is that you look at this team on paper and you see all the names that we have. We have, here, let me actually bring it up real quick.
List off our depth chart.
We have Kyle Connor, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Ehlers, Perfetti, Scheifele, Wheeler, Nemestikovs, Lowry, Niederreiter, Barron, Stenlin, Appleton as our forward group. Those are all such good names that if you were to put those down on paper, you'd be like, is this the team you want? Or do you want to re-roll for a random team? You'd probably want to take this team. Like, if I'm building like a team in NHL, it'd be a GM. I will take this team. But for some reason, once they're actually playing and they're doing stuff, it just blows up for some reason. I just don't understand it.
It's all mental, bro. They need like I'm not sure if they have a sports psychologist, but they should get one, or they should see him a lot more often. Like, that's all it is.
They got to do something with that room, man, because it's bleeding out into the public too much.
Anyway, we should probably get off the Jets for because I know this is an area of expertise for Justin. So we have another list of.
Don't mind me. I'm just enjoying myself over here.
Oh, okay.
Listening to us rant, but you know what? I think we've said what we need to say essentially in our frustrations with the team. That something's got to change, obviously. Otherwise, we're just kind of beating the same drum.
I'm perfectly fine with this team rebuilding. I think we should just like that's my last. This will be my last take of this. I think this team should just do what most teams are probably too afraid to do. Just sell everything of value and be terrible, like just for a couple of years. And that's probably a big undertaking. Because it's probably going to take probably 5 to 6 years to be good again. But is that necessarily worse than just like being mediocre for that entire time? Like, what's more? It's probably equally as boring to watch, right? Like,
but they all say they don't want to be part of a rebuild, though. So Chevy has to be smart enough to be able to do a retool like they did in New York a couple years back. Oh. You make a couple real good trades. You bank on like 1 or 2 draft picks hitting, and you're right back into a playoff position a year later.
Problem with that comparison is that people actually want to play for the Rangers. Like,
yes,
the Jets aren't going to have a player like Artemi Pereira and go like, oh, I want to play for the Rangers. I want to play for the Jets. Like, no one wants to live here. It's fucking Winnipeg. Like,
well, that's something we had to change as well because we want to get a bunch of Minnesota-born players for some reason.
Even if you have a good culture here, it's not a popular city that people want to live in. Like,
yeah. Anyways, let's not dive down deeper into the rabbit hole. Justin, I want you to bring something up now because you were silent for that whole time.
You want me to bring something up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the topic now. Take the floor.
Thanks for putting me on the spot, bro. I didn't come into this with any topics in mind.
Well, now you had to have one.
What the fuck? You got your list from last time, bro?
You know what? This will get your blood flowing. We've talked about this already in person, and we wanted to save this. It's another one of my hot takes.
Okay.
The Legend of Korra is better than The Last Airbender.
Ooh,
fuck off!
Okay, well, this is one I'll be not present because I haven't watched.
You cannot. So. Ah! No.
No. Just no.
No. Oh, I guess Discord. I sorry, I was yelling. I guess Discord cut most of that out.
Oh, I heard you yelling. I waited.
Okay. How can you have this take? I don't understand how this is even possible. I'm not even like I understand that. Okay, look, I understand that you're entitled to your opinion, and everyone's entitled to your opinion, but your opinion is wrong.
Your opinion is wrong.
It just is.
Okay, now that I've got the clip, I'm gonna reword it.
What do you? Wait, what the fuck? What do you mean?
I enjoyed Korra more than I enjoyed The Last Airbender.
Okay.
To be honest, it's just, I don't know what it was. I just heavily enjoyed Korra much more. I think I put a lot of stock into the villains. Probably that's probably what it is, to be honest. I really enjoyed having the multitude of villains after each season, versus Fire Lord Ozai with the last Airbender and Azula, I guess.
Mark Hamill though.
Okay, cool. I like Mark Hamill. What is that supposed to do? I mean, is it supposed to sway my opinion just because it's Mark Hamill?
No, I get what you're saying though. It's like a more, it's Korra. Korra is more like self-secluded every season for the most part.
Yeah, it's just there's a story for each season essentially.
Yeah, whereas The Last Airbender is kind of just one continuous story throughout the series.
Oh, by the way, before we get too far, I did not say I didn't like The Last Airbender. It is still an amazing show, and I loved it. It is still like one of the top tier cartoons, anime, whatever branch you want to put it in, because that's kind of muddled sometimes. But it's still an amazing show overall. I fucking love Aang, and I can't wait to see like the adult Aang movie that they're making right now. And all this follow-up stuff. Oh my god, Avatar Studios has got a huge slate ahead of them, and it's going to be amazing. But yeah, just
I sure hope so.
Yeah, I just enjoyed Korra more. It was just more of a fun watch to me, I think.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, Korra was more. I don't know if I'd say lighthearted, but it felt like they had more fun with Korra, I guess.
Yeah, I could see that. I think one of the downsides might have been that, though, is that like you had someone like Bolin who was supposed to be like their comic relief, but like that just means it's an expense out of development of his character.
Yeah.
So that kind of fell flat. Something that actually really bugged me about Korra, actually, the whole fucking time, Mako was capable of lightning bending and only did it once. He could have saved every fight by just lightning bending right away. What the fuck are you doing wasting our time? And don't give me this, oh, it takes up a lot of energy to do it. No, this guy literally did a job powering a fucking plant by just lightning bending a fucking whatever it was for a job. I'm assuming it's 8 hours, but you know, even if it's a 3-hour shift, you're still lightning bending for 3 hours continuously. He's obviously very capable of doing it. You know how much time that would have saved any fight whatsoever?
I don't even remember this, bro, but that does sound pretty sus.
Oh my god, it was it was a big annoyance of mine.
Avatar is one of those series I really got to rewatch. It's been many, many years since I've seen both Last Airbender and Korra.
Oh, it's just such a good watch, both of them.
Oh, for sure,
back to back, just amazing.
But no, obviously, I'm in the camp of thinking that The Last Airbender was better than Korra. Obviously, but
well, I think that I haven't watched either, but I'm pretty sure that's like kind of the standard opinion. It seems like. I mean, I even had some random guy when I was at Toys R Us the other day. And if you're wondering why I was at Toys R Us, because me and my pals were going to play Beyblades. Anyway, when I was at Toys R Us, I was standing beside some of like the little like figures that they have in there, and this guy just randomly started chatting me up about Avatar, and he had a lot of good things to say about like the original series with Aang, and then kind of just pointed to the one with Korra, and like, oh yeah, this one's okay too. So
it's okay.
So I think
I'm not gonna act like
common opinion.
I'm not gonna act like the Legend of Korra doesn't have its faults, like I just ranted about. But
no, Legend of it's weird though. Like I love The Last Airbender, and I think it's a much better show than Korra. But Korra has one of my favorite story arcs of the entire franchise.
Oh, which arc is that?
In season 2, they had the beginnings, episode 1 and 2, where it kind of had like those two like lore episodes.
Yeah.
Where those 2 episodes are my favorite episodes of the entire franchise.
Avatar 1?
Yeah, I think that was his name. Those episodes are beautiful.
Oh,
they are absolute masterpieces. Those episodes are amazing.
Great episodes. Like that could have been a whole series on its own. It was amazing.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
And building up the lore that they did with all like the what the heck are they called? The the land turtles or whatever.
Yeah.
Building out all that lore and how like bending came to be and all that.
Mhm.
Oh, so satisfying.
Yeah, it was so fucking good. But I feel like Korra needed more of that stuff. I feel like Korra, for the most part, Korra didn't really have a lot to do with the overarching lore of the Avatar universe. At least not as much as The Last Airbender.
You don't think so? You don't think like Republic City is like an important thing?
Oh no, it is.
And like the
It's
spirit
just-
world being finally meshed in with the physical world. I think those
I
are
don't know.
interesting points that Korra did. And actually, that's a biggest strength that I think Korra has over TLA is the whole spirit world aspect. You don't really see much of it in the first half. Or I say the first half of the Avatar world in The Last Airbender.
Mm-hmm.
And they
I don't know,
go really in depth in it in Korra. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, from what I remember, I just remembered TLA's lore and the way they built the world being a lot more interesting than Korra's.
Well, you don't
But
need
again-
to build the world in Korra, right? You just expand on it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But yeah, like I said, I do need to rewatch. Maybe my opinion will change after a rewatch. It's been such a long time that there's so many details that I don't remember.
It probably won't. I'm kind of on that small island there by myself.
That is true. You're the only person I've ever talked to who's preferred Korra.
Two things that really bother me with The Last Airbender, because I'll actually rant about Airbender instead of ranting about the show I favor, is that one of the big points is that Aang can't be in a relationship or like can't fall in love with Katara to be in the Avatar state or whatever. I don't get that arc at all. Maybe I need to rewatch it and maybe there's something I missed. I don't get why that's a thing at all. It literally makes no fucking sense to me.
He's supposed to be like a monk or something.
He is literally a monk.
Yeah.
The
so, like, is he
Airbenders
supposed
were
to-
monks.
Is he supposed to just have a life of celibacy? Is that what it's supposed to be representing, or?
No, I think they try
Yeah.
to say it like that, like no avatar can have children if you want to go into the avatar state, which is their Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But
Well,
I always I that's the idea I always got from it, that kind of was the reason why,
I mean,
because the whole monk deal.
At
Yeah,
least,
I could understand that from the monk perspective, but like from the perspective that you can't go into the avatar state because of it, that part doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
Does that mean that all the other avatars beforehand couldn't? I thought the other avatars had kids, no? Maybe I'm just completely wrong on that part. Like I said, I do need to watch it again. Maybe I missed
will
something,
say-
but it just, the
Yeah.
plot point doesn't make any sense, especially since afterwards he still ends up going into the avatar state and still has kids with Katara anyway, so.
I will say that as someone who hasn't watched it yet, I think Jeff is going to make me watch it one of these years eventually.
Absolutely.
As someone who hasn't watched any of this series yet, I do at least value the fact that it has like a reason for them not to like. Because well, it's not an anime, but like one of the frustrating things about a lot of anime is that like they'll have like a obvious like pairing they're gonna put together, but they have just whatever reason for the guy to be like just stupid and not notice anything, and so it just kind of like peters out. Like I enjoy the I respect the fact that they actually gave a reason initially in this show.
Yeah, you have to create some kind of like rift or friction or something for it.
Yeah,
They justified the trope.
yeah. Like at least they justified the trope in some way, so that's nice. At least
Yeah, Avatar is very good at doing that.
they'll still have the
Avatar
tropes,
is
but, you
really
know,
well written.
Absolutely.
And then
Yeah,
my second point. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna do nothing but praise Avatar a little bit more, but it's fine.
Okay, I'll bring up my second point. My biggest annoyance with the first part is that the land turtle, bending turtle, whatever you want to call them, I don't remember their actual name.
The catapult
It
turtle?
is a cop out. It's literally it's a cop out. He just comes out of nowhere and he's like, "Oh hey Aang, let me give you all the powers that you need now." Click. And then Aang's like, "Oh, thanks, turtle." And then you never see him again until Korra. Like, I'm sorry, that's just a cop out.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't remember a lot of details, so like I don't remember exactly how that whole situation came about, but I could definitely see that for sure.
Yeah, that was a really big gripe of mine. I kind of just looked at it and was just like, are we like serious? That's it? And then the show ended and it didn't expand upon that, and I was like, what? And then I had to wait till Korra to find out all the backlore on all that. So I mean, I'm grateful for Korra for explaining all that, but like it was just kind of like out of the blue and the last Airbender.
Fuck, I gotta rewatch this show. I don't remember a lot of this shit.
Oh god, it's so good. We should just watch party it.
Yeah, absolutely, we should.
I have the whole box set of Legend of Korra with the steel bookcases and everything.
We gotta finish Yu-Gi-Oh first.
No, fuck that.
Actually, Battle City arc first, and then
Yeah, okay, we gotta watch Battle City. I've actually been watching bits and pieces of the old classic Yu-Gi-Oh, like on my own time, and honestly, it's kind of bad, but it's also really funny. In parts because of how the actual show is written, and in parts because 4Kids is just hilarious with how they censored stuff.
Like, it's good bad, which is the best kind of bad.
Well, one thing I didn't notice when I was a kid when I watched this show is that, like, for some reason 4Kids replaces like sound effects a lot too, like when they punch stuff. Like there's a scene where
really?
there's a scene where Kaiba kicks a chair towards like some goons, and it makes a punch sound effect.
Okay.
Like he punched somebody, it's just like, but he kicked. Speaking of those goons, I feel as if 4Kids read the line where Kaiba calls them goons and then just got the voice actors after, because they have the most stereotypical Brooklyn accent I've ever heard. They're just like, hey, Kaiba, Master Pegasus wants to have a few words with you.
So yeah, these guys gotta be real goons, okay? That's what Kaiba even calls them.
We gotta take you to the boss.
I love how
the boss.
every generic goon has to have like a New York accent or like a Boston accent or something.
Oh yeah.
If you're okay with the boss, you're okay with me. Does that mean Joey is Yugi's goon?
Yes, that's exactly what it means. Fuck, I love those like old anime cartoons. I know they're all anime, but when you have them on like 4Kids and stuff and
like
channels like that, you call them cartoons as well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of insane. There was also one where like this is actually more recent Yu-Gi-Oh. So I think it might have been 5Ds. Anyway, I'm not sure what's even changed since like even then. But for some reason, 4Kids was afraid to show any sort of like graveyard or reference to death at all. So there's a scene in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think it was 5Ds. Anyway, he goes to pray to like a graveyard and like talk to a deceased friend, and 4Kids had removed every single gravestone, so he's just talking to grass, and the person clearly died in a house fire. What 4Kids has done is changed it so it's purple, and the character now says, "I can't believe it's been 2 years since you disappeared in that mysterious purple light." that is actual 4Kids dialogue. It is.
Yeah, I remember the clip you're talking about because you showed it to me. And this mysterious purple light, they do show a clip of it. It literally just looks like purple fire. Like it still looks like fire. Which is the funny thing.
It's a house fire. This person died in a house fire, but we can't mention that. So he disappeared in a mysterious purple light.
That is amazing. I love that. I love censorship things like that. Like, have you seen the Chinese censorship for mangas and animes now?
Oh well, like it's white instead of red blood.
Yeah, it's the blood being red, they're white, and it just looks like
What? I haven't heard of this.
You haven't seen this, Justin? Oh my god, it's hilarious.
Like I
white blood. Hold on. Like, you said this is Chinese?
Like I both hate and love censorship like this. Like I hate the fact that they shouldn't have censored it, but it's also so funny what they try to like do to get around it.
Like, it's funny the overcorrections, yeah, for
like,
sure.
Instead of guns, they're pointing at them, yeah.
Oh yeah, Bandit Keith pointing sternly at Pegasus.
They did that in One Piece. They did that in One Piece too. And actually, they pretty much completely changed the story of One Piece in a way, because instead of characters dying, they get sent to like jail. I mean, at least when characters get sent to the Shadow Realm in Yu-Gi, they're still kind of just like gone, right? They're trapped there, but so they're still alive, right? But like no, they're just like
You know the wildest piece of like censorship media is like how many plots of movies or like TV shows like predicted 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
So like there was a bunch of like episodes or like random movies that would be like their plot point were to be like, oh, the Twin Towers get, you know, blown up or like crashed into or something
I mean,
in some sort of attack, and
There were big,
like,
tall buildings and a landmark. So, like, yeah, like, how many times has the Golden Gate Bridge been destroyed in a movie? But now,
exactly.
But now it's just like, oops, we can't really do that anymore because it's actually been destroyed by a terrorist attack. So.
Like, I'm curious to know how many TV shows and movies had to like cancel or like just scrap the whole idea, or how many got as far as to like have it actually like produced and everything that had to just be like, oh well, I guess we just lost money on that now.
I'll have to actually watch the original Mario movie to actually confirm this one day, but I keep hearing it gets brought up every once in so often that apparently the Twin Towers disappear in that movie.
No.
No. What?
like the Bowser or whatever Koopa, I guess that movie does something to the Twin Towers. It's just so terrible.
Wait, like they actually worked it into the story, you mean?
No, well, the movie was in 1993, so obviously it hadn't happened yet. But like, it's just really funny that like the Twin Towers were removed. Like something would happen to those towers in that movie.
Oh
my god!
I didn't hear about that. I'm gonna Google this Mario Bros. Movie Twin Towers.
Did you find the white blood?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that is some very sus looking blood.
Did you know that Master of Disguise movie? And
Yeah.
So you know about the actor.
I see. Here we go.
I'm blanking on his name right now, but the actor of that Master of Disguise movie, the main actor, they heard about the Twin Towers while he was in the turtle suit. You know, the turtle.
The only memorable thing from that movie for me is that, am I not turtley enough for the Turtle Club?
It's the only good thing to ever come out of that movie.
Yeah, I think it's like literally the worst rated movie on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Did you find the Mario Brothers movie thing, Justin? Or?
Yeah, I saw. Here's a little article that says the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie also has a strange connection to 9/11, though it happened well before the World Trade Center attacks. It features a scene where King Koopa, who's Bowser, detonates an explosive that damages one of the towers.
A second Koopa has hit the tower.
Oh my God, Luigi! Turn on the TV. They hit the Pentagon.
It was a blue shell. It hit the Pentagon. It hit the Pentagon. I want to see the 9/11 attacks on in the Mario world.
I'm gonna share the picture in Discord. I think this is a shot from the movie.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, no.
Such like so unfortunate.
I know.
Well, this isn't an old thing, but I remember back when that what's that movie Turning Red came out. That everyone just dunked on that one YouTube like reviewer who was upset that the movie didn't talk about 9/11 for some reason.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that too.
That's gotta be the wildest thing to ever have. Why didn't they discuss 9/11 in this kids movie? I mean,
I wonder why.
First of all, they're supposed to be Canadian too, so like, but.
Oh my God.
Why would it? What would be the point of including it? Like, I just
include it, just to remind people of a horrible fucking thing that happened in the middle of a kids movie.
His point was that it would have been a discussion. It would have been like happening within the world during that time frame, and it's like, okay, but like, does that have to be in this kids film?
Yeah, some random kid in school is like, yo, did you hear about the Twin Towers? Like,
never forget.
Is that really a necessary plot point that you need to talk about that?
Of course it is. What are you talking about?
Like, I'm all for like movies like this having like being like correct in its time frames for stuff, but it's I'm not sure. I think we can draw the line at terrorist attacks. I don't know. That's just me.
I would love finding pieces of trivia like that, where like even in the new Mario movie, how they show like the new tower that's supposed to be there, and then they're like, oh, well, this means 9/11 canonically happened in this world. I love trivia like that.
Every single time the movie's in New York, yeah.
Like with Cars and the Pope Mobile, how the Pope is actually still in like the, protective casing or whatever. That means the assassination of a previous Pope happened in the Cars universe,
I don't remember that one. What? The Pope Mobile?
Yeah, so the Pope drives around in like this glass and like he's standing in this like it's on this car. He's in this glass encased like thing, and that's because there was an assassination attempt for him. So yeah, the cars, including that, I assume as a car, also implies that happened in the Cars universe for that car to exist.
Yeah, trivia like that is fucking hilarious to me because then you gotta recognize, yeah, this awful thing also happened in this universe,
Yeah, I love that.
and they've had to correct it.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
That's the plot of Cars 2. That should have been the plot of Cars 2.
Cars.
The assassination attempt. No, it's not the
it-
actual plot. It's not the actual plot before you start asking.
No, I was gonna say this Pope Mobile character, was that just like Cars 2 character?
Yeah, this was just like a random scene in Cars 2.
That's why I don't remember. I only saw the first Cars movie.
It's okay. It's the only one worth watching.
I heard.
Actually, 3 wasn't that bad. I enjoyed 3.
Wasn't Cars 3 like a spy movie or something?
No, that was Cars 2.
Oh, was that Cars 2?
Yeah, Cars 2 was the bad spy movie thing.
Here's my question: what the fuck was Planes?
A bad spin-off.
Planes.
I don't think that one needed to exist.
It's just, well, they tried to capitalize on Cars, because Cars was huge.
Yeah, well, Cars had Owen Wilson, so ka-chow.
Ka-chow. He
I don't know,
doesn't even
without
say
Owen-
wow.
No, I
Wow.
cannot believe that he doesn't say wow. They had him say ka-chow, but not wow.
Was he in the World of Warcraft movie?
Owen Wilson?
Yeah, he should have been. Wow.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna get that.
All right, and on that terrible dad joke, I think we should try wrapping this up now.
All right. Well, welcome to episode 2 of the.
Was that a
Yes,
Matthew-
welcome. An hour and a half later, welcome to the episode.
This is part 2 of episode 2.
Was that a Matthew McConaughey impression there, Trey?
No, that's just how
All
I
right,
awfully talk.
All right.
Anyways, thanks
Trey
for
is Matthew
listening.
McConaughey.
Thanks for listening to episode 2 of the Sofa Taters
The Sofa
Podcast
Taters.
with myself, Dreginy, and Steve. If you want to check out our stuff, we have stuff in the video for our Twitters, and then I should probably put descriptions in this time for our links to everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
both me and Justin stream regularly. DreginyPlaysGames on Twitch and LazyKayo on Twitch as well. Steve, I don't know if you're picking up streaming again soon, but hopefully.
I might. Yeah. I might
Also,
get back
same
to that,
name.
Brian.
If the podcast takes off, you gotta pick up streaming
Yeah, I gotta
again,
go
bro.
back into it, I guess, man.
It's the only option.
Exactly. But anyways, thanks for watching, and see you later.
Yeah, bye-bye, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. Mwah.